It will be reassuring for Cameroonians living in this part of the country, in the north, for them to know that there are people who can come to their rescue and assure their safety. For me, this is a great satisfaction, and I can only thank the Cameroon state for taking steps to make Boko Haram less dangerous.
A United Nations report says that the so-called Islamic State group has between 2,000 and 3,000 fighters in Libya. The report also said that the group has also demonstrated its intention to control more territories in the strategically located North African country, but it is only one player among multiple warring factions. A political analyst, Bola Oba, joined us earlier, and he said that countries in North Africa are at risk.
We are quite vulnerable. More so because over the decades we have nurtured a good army of young, unemployable and unemployed youngsters, the Almajiris, and many of them, because of their Quranic schooling, are easy prey for recruitment into infamous organizations like ISIL.
Women in Somalia are getting trained to take up some duties that used to be totally male-dominated. A two-day workshop to fix a lack of representation and participation of women in the justice and security sectors just wrapped up under the auspices of the United Nations Assistance Mission in Somalia, UNSOM. Female officers from the Somali Custodial Corps are expected to form the core of the on-court plan seeking to restructure the country's judicial system to meet the demands of a federal state.
Corrections is part of the justice chain, so policing, justice, and corrections together as the first building block in establishing rule of law. Corrections is fundamental to security and peace in Somalia, and particularly women in corrections. We need women in the Custodial Corps to make it a modern and professional service.
In the United Kingdom is supporting the efforts of the Nigerian government to improve the standard of education and teaching in the country. A Britain-Nigeria Educational Trust supports the training of teachers across the country. They've helped build schools in Nigeria. Their efforts were recognized recently at a ceremony in London. Correspondent Joyce Ohaja reports.
Members of the Britain-Nigeria Educational Trust, or BNET, being recognised at the Nigeria High Commission in London for their efforts to raise education standards in Nigeria. Among the long list of achievements, the organisation has paid for the training of more than 180 teachers in Nigeria. Started by British expats, it now includes Nigerians in the diaspora. All agree there are serious challenges.
Lack of investments, both financial investment and materials as well, and also knowledge as well, because some of the teachers need training and mentoring. So if that is not in place, there's no way the education is going to improve, but the government needs to invest money into education.
In the 1970s, 80s and even the 90s, people felt that education in Nigeria was strong and that you would get a good English education. That has gone away. And for that to have happened to a nation which sees education as one of the prime things for you to have a good life, we need to look at that. We need to speak to people.
Seeing that Nigerians, have to go to Ghana and other countries in order to get quality education, I think is bad, and therefore the authorities need to do something about it.
This was the BNET Awards ceremony in Kaduna earlier this year. Every year they sponsor 36 teacher candidates, one from each state. They fund the National Certificate of Education course administered by the National Teachers Institute. BNET's also built a girls' secondary school in Umutu and a classroom and lab building at King's College in Lagos. A spokesman for the Nigerian government said BNET's initiatives resonate with the education policies of President Buhari's administration.
It will be recalled that President Muhammad Buhari gave indication of his administration priorities when he recently stressed the need to raise the quality of teaching, noting there was a direct linkage between quality of teachers and the standard of education. recognizing that acquisition of vocational skills together with tertiary education constitutes the bedrock of sustainable development for any nation.
As a charity, BNET relies on donations and support of its members and sponsors and urges others to help tackle Nigeria's education issues.
The charity wants the government to make reforms across the board, and that includes improving the competency level of teachers and making sure that everyone who wants education has access to it. They also want the president to ensure that increasing the budget for Nigeria's education system is a priority. Joyce Ohaja, TVC News, London.
Many around the globe are today commemorating Disability Day 2015. Disability Day, or the International Day of People with Disability, is a day that has been promoted by the United Nations since 1992. The aim is to encourage a better understanding of a people affected by a disability. And still ahead on TVC News. Muslim community in California expresses horror after mass shooter leaves 14 people dead. More on that in a moment. Stay with us.
Now you can enjoy more mealtimes together with our convenient new pouches.
The BT 50% knockout deal is now on. Get a thumping introductory offer of £5 a month on BT Broadband Plus. That's 50% off if you buy before the 22nd of December. With BT Broadband Plus, you'll enjoy a massive 50GB of BT Cloud storage and peace of mind with BT Net Protect Plus. You'll also be able to connect when you're out and about with the UK's largest network of Wi-Fi hotspots. And it's just a 12-month contract. Don't miss the BT 50% knockout deal. Switch to BT today. Call 0800 002 002 or visit bt.com/knockout.
It's good to have you back. More than 1 billion people globally have some form of disability, yet this minority group faces many barriers to inclusion in key aspects of society, including discrimination and stigma. As the world celebrates International Day for the Disabled, Mohammed Mahmoud spoke to Martin Ngugi, an artist who was born without the forearms.
Born without the forearms 31 years ago in central Kenya, Martin Ngugi had a tough time growing up as a child. The lack of hands made him grab the opportunity of maximizing on his talent of drawing and painting to earn a living. As he welcomes us,